The Newsday continues here on One News Now. I'm Sean Yao. Some LGUs are now also considering the optional use of face masks outdoors, as they did in the province of Cebu. The League of Provinces chairman and Quirino Governor Dakila Kua said several of their members have started studying whether it is safe to roll out the more relaxed mask mandate. The province of Cebu is the first locality in the Philippines to tweak the prescribed health protocol. However, the national government insists that the mandatory use of face masks still stands.
Dadating ang panahon, nakikita po natin na ang pandemya ay huhupa at magiging isang lokal na matter na lang po. No? So at least maaga namin pinag-aaralan na kapag ito ay nasa poder na po ng ating mga lokal na pamahalaan o sa aming lalawigan, ay nakahanda kami sa mga polisiya.
And residents of Huban, Sorsogon have returned to their homes after another eruption at Mount Bulusan forced a second round of evacuations. The Philippine Coast Guard helped transport over 450 residents back to their barangays in Puting Sapa and Dayhag. Meanwhile, Fivox has recorded less volcanic earthquakes from Mount Bulusan as compared to previous days. And the Health Department says there is not enough basis for Metro Manila to be placed under Alert Level 2 despite an uptick in COVID-19 infections. Camille Samonte with the details.
The Department of Health has clarified that there is no basis yet for Metro Manila to be placed under Alert Level 2 despite the slight uptick in COVID-19 cases in the country. Health Undersecretary Maria Rosario Vergeres said escalating the alert level would depend if cases and healthcare utilization show significant increases.
Now that we are seeing that the number of cases have increased in other areas of the country, we are now closely monitoring our hospital use. If this increases and this goes up to that moderate level of consumption or utilization in the hospitals, and then we will need to escalate areas which will have this kind of classification.
Vergeres noted that the increase in cases could be attributed to the waning vaccine immunity and the increased public mobility that is now back to pre-pandemic levels. Vergeres said 7,000 cases per day in NCR is projected by August if the low booster vaccination turnout continues.
If, of course, minimum public health standards will be reduced, the compliance to this, and the waning immunity that is being observed because of this low booster uptake, they are projecting that by the start of August of this year, there would be increase in the number of hospitalizations, and we are looking at around 7,000 cases per day in the National Capital Region.
DOH earlier reported that 14 out of the 17 cities and municipalities in the National Capital Region saw more COVID-19 cases last week. The region, however, remains in a low-risk classification. Quezon City is one of the LGUs that reported a slight increase in COVID cases. The LGU raised its COVID-19 warning to yellow alert after recording an average of 28 cases per day this week.
Ngayon po, nasa yellow tayo, ibig sabihin there's a possibility na tumaas pa yung kaso in the next 14 days. Anong ibig sabihin nun? So nagkakaroon pa rin ng awahan, no, sa community, nagkakaroon pa rin ng awahan sa workplace, so, mga sa pamilya. So kailangan po mag-ingat tayo.
In DOH latest weekly bulletin, a total of 1,682 additional cases were logged from June 6 to 12. This represents a 30.4% increase from a week before. For its part, Vaccine Expert Panel member Dr. Ronjin Salante said raising alert levels will help to mitigate the critical COVID situation in the region.
If there is an indication that we have to enhance or increase the alert level to moderate so that everyone will be also conscious about the status, especially the people na talagang medyo tumaas ang kaso, then we should do that.
For News 5, Camille Samonte, we are One News.
One News Now will be back with more stories after this short break. Keep it here. You're still watching One News Now. I'm Sean Yao. Senator Imee Marcos has apologized for the crimes committed in the martial law era, but she maintains that her father, the late dictator Ferdinand Marcos Sr., was not behind those atrocities. Marian Enriquez with the details.
Itanong mo kung anong gusto mo. Go!
In a video posted on her social media handles, Senator Imee Marcos faces a man who identifies himself as an anti-Marcos. In the video, Senator Imee wants to answer what she says are age-old questions about his family.
Bakit parang gustong-gusto niyo pong makabalik ng Malacanang? Linano niyo po ba to?
Ako? Hindi naman gustong-gustong bumalik doon. Galing na kami sa Malacanang, di ba? Para sa akin, ang gusto kong ibalik, yung dangal ng pangalan namin, ng apelyido at pamilyang Marcos.
When asked if the Marcos family will apologize to martial law victims during the time of his father, dictator and former President Ferdinand Marcos Sr., this was the senator's response.
Yung presidency na yan, maraming nasasaktan, maraming mahirap na desisyon. Pero never ko naman kasi naririnig yung tatay ko na nagsasabi na patayin yan, saktan yan. Pero kung may nasaktan, ako na mismo ang magpapaumanhin. Ako, Imee.
For human rights lawyer attorney Nery Colmenares, who himself experienced torture during martial law, saying sorry is not enough to make up for atrocities during the martial law era.
Ang problema sa sorry na hindi kumikilala ng kasalanan, hindi yan buong sorry. Pag hinihingi ng mga biktima, maliban dyan sa sorry, syempre may pag-aamin naman ang kasalanan. Paano ka humingi ng tawad kung sinasabi mong wala kang kasalanan, naging hero ka pa?
Colmenares adds that the Marcos family is still accountable on cases of ill-gotten wealth.
Ang sincerity ng pag-sorry ay ang pagkilala na may plunder na nangyari sa bansa natin at yung recognition na dapat isoli ang ill-gotten wealth para daman doon sa mamamayang Pilipino na kailangan ang bilyon-bilyon na yon.
Nilda Sevilla, sister of desaparecido attorney Hermon Lagman, is not happy with the senator's interview. Lagman was abducted on May 11, 1977 and has never been found since.
O dapat ang hinaharap at kinakausap ay hindi isang tao lamang na nilabel nilang anti-Marcos, kung hindi ang mga victim survivors ng torture, enforced disappearance, extrajudicial killing, at iba pang forms of human rights violations and abuses during the Marcos regime.
More than 4 decades after the martial law, families of victims of involuntary disappearance like Nilda continue to call for justice.
Sa pamilya ng mga disappeared, bakit sila dinukot? Ano ang ginawa sa kanila? At hindi lamang katotohanan ang hinahanap ng mga pamilya, kung hindi hustisya. Sinasabi nila na kailangan, wag mag-away-away daw, kailangan magkasundo. No? Hindi magkakaroon ng reconciliation kung walang hustisya.
For News 5, Marian Enriquez, we are One News.
Here's a quick look at today's other top stories. President Duterte will be attending the inauguration of his daughter, Vice President-elect Sara Duterte, in Davao City. Former President Gloria Macapagal Arroyo, who is Chairman Emeritus of Sara's party, Lakas CMD, will also be in attendance. Meanwhile, there's no word yet whether President-elect Bongbong Marcos will also be attending the ceremony. The Justice Department has issued an immigration lookout order against the SUV driver who ran over a security guard in Mandaluyong City. The Land Transportation Office had earlier revoked the suspect's license after he failed to show up in 2 hearings with authorities. And in sports, the Golden State Warriors are 1 win away from the NBA championship after taking down the Boston Celtics in Game 5, 104-94. Andrew Wiggins led the Warriors with 26 points and 13 rebounds as the Dubs look to close out the series on Friday. For more updates, visit News 5, The Philippine Star, and Business World online. Visit our website, onenews.ph, for more in-depth analysis. You can also catch One News on Signal Play. Register for a free account at www.signalplay.com and stream One News live anytime, anywhere. Masks on, wash hands, and stay safe, Philippines. I am Sean Yao. We are One News.